Radical and repugnant Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert's son, Tyler Boebert, has been arrested and charged with 22 counts, including multiple felonies. Now, I want to put some disclaimers right up front here. Number one, this is being reported independently. This is an adult. This is someone Lauren Boebert talks about. If this were a minor who Lauren Boebert did not discuss publicly, I would not be talking about it. And I think that I just want to put that up front because there are very specific reasons why this guy's arrest is relevant to the ethic and ideology put forward by people like Lauren Boebert, and it has everything to do with hypocrisy on family values. Now, let's first tell you what happened, and then we'll kind of get into the context. So KJCT reports Lauren Boebert's son arrested facing 22 charges. He's 18 years old. According to the Rifle Police Department's Facebook page, he was arrested after a string of vehicle and property thefts in the area. And he is facing 4 charges for criminal possession of a financial device. Now, I had to look up what that means. It basically sounds like stealing credit cards or checkbooks. Like he was criminally in possession of those devices that did not belong to him. 3 charges of first-degree criminal auto trespass with intent to commit crime, essentially entering vehicles that aren't his. 4 charges of criminal possession of ID documents, presumably other people's IDs. The felony, conspiracy to commit felony. 4 charges of ID theft possession with intent to use. 3 charges of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Presumably he was doing this with friends who were minors. And 3 charges of theft under $300. Now, the New York Post, not exactly a bastion of journalism, has a write-up about it, and it explains that 5 of these are felony charges. The 4 criminal possession of ID and the conspiracy to commit a felony are all felony charges. The rest are misdemeanors. So there's a few different things here that are important to understand. Number one, this is the same kid of Lauren Boebert's who has a kid himself and led to that entire fiasco of Lauren Boebert becoming a 36 or 37-year-old grandmother and talking about how great it is. Now, here is the hypocrisy that I want to focus on. We have a political party, the Republican Party, whose currency of the day is their moral and ethical values about fairness and family and raising children and religion and morality and all of this sort of stuff. And they are led by some of the people who, listen, it's not me passing judgment. It's by their own standards. They are not showing us that they are the people who should really be laying out the moral framework and fabric of our country. When they criticize the absence of parenting on the left, or parenting on the left that either endorses or allows or encourages whatever is the thing they don't like. At one point it was homosexuality. Now it's about trans and gender identity, and it's about mask wearing and vaccines during COVID, or what are the books that liberal parents allow their children to read, or what are the right types of schools, or do parents know more than teachers? All of this stuff is based in a fundamental ethic that they know what is good and moral and the right environment in which children should be reared and raised and whatever. And they are the ones invariably filled with, I don't even want to get into the sexual assault and sexual abuse instances with the people claiming to have the moral majority. But Lauren Boebert is really the epitome, where she is truly a bomb thrower about how all left-wing values are bad and lead to problems in the way children are reared, and on and on and on and on. And at the end of the day, she becomes a 30-something-year-old grandmother to a teen dad. We know the outcomes are significantly inferior when you bring children into those situations, and also has raised a kid who ends up allegedly committing a very serious string of car thefts and break-ins and other crimes. And so at the end of the day, those who claim to have the moral compass by which all others should live, in general, should be looked at with suspicion, because it's really hard, given how complex and populated the world is, to say, I have the one answer for how people should live and live correctly. But especially when you look at those folks, and this is what they have. And this is a long story with Republicans, right? The Newt Gingriches of the world, who are saying one thing publicly about how people should live and what is the right family and all of this stuff, while he is cheating and doing all sorts of horrible things. This goes back decades, to be totally honest. So what I would love is for those who are the political equivalent of the guests on the late Jerry Springer show, thinking they have the moral high ground to tell everybody else what's moral and ethical, maybe just ease off of that a little bit and focus on stuff like economic policy. The reason they don't is their economic policy has failed and the country doesn't want it. But that's why they're doing this, because they at least claim to have the plausible moral high ground, even though when we look, they don't. So listen, I feel bad for this kid. He clearly, you have to look at parenting. When an 18-year-old has a kid and then commits strings of crimes, allegedly, you have to look at parenting. And that points to Lauren Boebert and I guess her estranged husband. I don't know if they're together or not. I don't really care. These are the people who want to tell us how it is that that everybody should be living. It's pathetic. Staying healthy is often about what is a sustainable habit, one that works for you, something you'll stick to. I have a scoop of AG1 in the morning before my infamous cappuccino. Each serving of AG1 just gets me super simply the vitamins, minerals, pre and probiotics that I'm looking for. It's just like a foundation for the entire day, and it's super easy. I fill up the shaker with super cold water. I put a scoop of AG1 in, shake, and I'm ready to go. If I'm running short on time, I'll just grab a travel pack, which has an individual serving of AG1 that you can easily mix on the go. So even if I'm away from home, I'm just getting that nutritional foundation. I don't have as much time as I would like to perfectly fine-tune every single meal. I do the best I can, but I don't want to be dealing with 10 different vitamin supplement bottles, and AG1 just solves all of that. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2, plus 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/Pacman. The link is down below.